Hello, welcome to Scrap Time. My name is Christine, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make these quick and easy tags for the holidays. Now, Tim Holtz last week had done a couple blog posts on Christmas hacks, I think he was calling it, and he had posted something similar that inspired me to make these. So I'm going to show you how I put them together. So the first thing I did was I have a piece of watercolor paper. I had some 5x7 cards that I cut into 4 pieces that I used for this project. And one side is bumpy, one side is smooth, so I chose the smooth side since I'm going to be stamping. I'm then using a stencil. This is a stencil that I had made and I sold it a while ago. I don't have them anymore. But if you don't have a circle stencil like this, you can use something else to draw a circle. It doesn't even have to be an exact circle, whatever you'd like. And so I'm just using this as my guideline. Now, when I was choosing the size of circle, I looked at my stamp and I knew that I wanted my stamp to fit inside my circle. So I put my stamp here to decide what size circle I should use. Next, I decided I would use Dina Wakley's Scribble Sticks. These are water-soluble crayon, like this. Now, if you can use any medium for this, you can just use straight-up watercolor paints. You can use watercolor crayons, watercolor pencil crayons, watercolor markers, or water-based markers would work. So you can use basically, you can even use acrylic paint if you really wanted to for this technique. But what I'm doing is I'm adding pigment just around the outside of the circle. Now, I don't want a harsh line, so I didn't go in and draw it really harsh. I'm using the side of the crayon to color in like this. And then what I do is I go back and add a bit more pigment around the edge, but again, I'm still using that side of the crayon. I'm not using the tip to try and form a really harsh line. And you just put color around the outside like that. Now I have my brush. I just have some water I'm dipping my brush into. And I like this brush because it has that tip to it. Makes it easier. And I'm just now going to activate my pigment from the crayons with the water. And move your card around as you go. Don't try to paint upside down like this or something. Just keep moving your card. And once it's activated, I might just go back. There's still a little line there. Then I just carry on the pigment into the middle. So that's how I get that nice dark outline, but the whole thing is colored in. If you want it a little lighter, you can add a bit more water. The more water you have, the more softer the color, watered down the color would be. So I have it like this, and what I did is I did multiples of this at once, and while I was working on it, they were all drying. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just hit this with my heat gun, and then we'll come back and do the stamping. So I'm using stamps from the Tim Holtz Mini Blueprint stamp set. I'm not sure if it's still available, but it's a great set because you get the blueprints in small and you have like fall, Halloween, and Christmas. So I'm going to use this little snowman. Now, you don't have to use a stamp press, but I find since I'm using watercolor paper, I just like to maybe stamp twice. Right now, my stamp press is set to clear, so I'm just going to remove the lid. And now we're at rubber, because I'm using a rubber stamp. So we put it in, and then I sort of just place my snowman where I want him to go. ink. I'm using black archival ink. I like to use this because it's an oil-based ink and will stamp on top of many different mediums. And then I stamp him down. And he's not so bad, but I'm going to just make him a little darker, so I'm going to do one more stamping. So there. Now again, when I was making my other tags, I did it, I would then put my next one in, stamp it, next one, so I would just keep doing it like that. So you can really make a bunch at once. Next, I'm going to use Merry Christmas. I have this set here. It's an old set. You probably won't find it anymore, but I'll see if I can find their updated set. It's from Hero Arts and has a whole bunch of holiday greetings. They've probably put out a new one since then, but I've been using this one. Once you get one of these sets, you'll have it for a long time. So I'm just going to place Merry Christmas down there. I like this one because it's sort of in line with my circle, and then I cut it down after. So I did another one I'll show you. It was this one is larger, see it goes further out, and I didn't like that as much, so I switched to this one so I have a tighter little tag. But it's all based on what you prefer. Oops, sorry. Oh, I'm doing a clear stamp, so I've got to turn this around. So now I'm back on clear. Ink it up. And that's pretty good. I only did one go on my other ones as well. So then all you need to do is get your hole punch and I sort of try and center it, punch a hole. And I don't put ribbon in these because I find what I do when I wrap gifts is I wrap ribbon around the gift and then I just feed this through the ribbon that's already there. So I don't pre-put ribbon on mine. And then I'll just trim it down like I did here. You can see. I'll just trim off the excess paper and then I have a bunch of tags that I can add to my gifts. And depending on the wrapping you use, there's so many colors, you can just pick colors to coordinate with your wrap. And they're quick and easy, but it makes a nice touch to the gifts, a little bit more handmade. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give our video a thumbs up and subscribe to Scrap Time videos on YouTube. In the meantime, here are a couple other videos you might be interested in watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.